Hello, everyone. Yeah. Welcome to Last Fan Standing. I am Tyler Mumbles Woodward. I am joined by a very special guest. I wish this was in different circumstances, but I am joined by Tom Talks Rubbish. How are you doing, Tom?
Thank you for having me, Tyler.
You're welcome.
We have been trying to do something together.
Yeah.
Because, we're both fans of each other's work. I'll say it like that. And it's sadly, with the thing that we're reporting on, like you said, I wish we did it for something more happier.
Yeah.
But seemed like as good a time as any. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So the headline is Bray Wyatt is being released by WWE. So Tom, you already gave your initial thoughts on your own channel. Go check that out on Tom Talks Rubbish. So the link will be in the description on this video anyway. But I've got the actual Fightful Select report. So if you haven't done so already, go subscribe to Fightful Select.
Yeah, a brilliant guy.
Awesome.
WhatsApp. He makes our job a lot easier.
Oh yeah, 100%. Without him, without Meltzer, really, without Alex McCarthy, without them guys, none of this news would actually get out. I don't think. I think we'll hear it, but we'll hear it from Cultaholic and all that. But it's nice to get this right in front of me.
Yeah.
So the report is Bray Wyatt was released by WWE in what was told of budget cuts on the 31st of July. Okay. Fightful was told that Johnny Ace made the call and also sent a notification out to shock WWE talent moments before the news broke online that Wyatt had been released. The message that WWE talent received from Talent Relations indicated it was a budget cut. The notion of a budget cut immediately surprises those within WWE, as Wyatt has been seen as being a great merch seller whenever he is actually active. One source indicated that Wyatt was a moneymaker for the company when that's the case. In the hour following release, we were told that Bray Wyatt's family was actually brought up during another recent round of cuts. There has been multiple wrestlers that were discussed, but ended up being held on to. We have seen the Observer's report that Wyatt was slated for a return in August, and we can confirm that tentative creative plans were in place for him. Fightful was also been told that the creative team had relayed that Wyatt was getting protective of his character after where they were seen as poor creative decisions and ideas thrown his way, though many members of the team didn't speak to Wyatt directly and weren't sure if it was hearsay. So I'm going off of that. I think it's clearly Bray Wyatt wanted to do something with WWE. He still wanted to be in WWE.
Yeah.
And he's been there since 2000. He's been there since FCW.
I was shocked when I read that because the amount of gimmicks that... What's his real name? I know his last name's Rotunda.
Mike Rotunda.
Well, his name was Wyndham.
Mike, or I think so. I can't remember.
Anyway, the amount of gimmicks that Rotunda has managed to produce for WWE, how do you let someone that creative go?
Exactly. How can you let someone so creative? And I feel like WWE is very creatively challenged at the minute. They're not. Watching Raw every week is a drag.
Just to give you guys a bit of context about me, I don't actually watch the WWE product anymore. Unless it's a pay-per-view.
So we will only do. We don't cover like the weekly shows because it's just so tiresome. Mm-hmm. And it's basically just sitting here. It's basically what Cultaholic have done, but we just said outright that we weren't going to cover the live shows because like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and so on and so forth. But like we don't do it because we don't have enough time within the day to watch it. There's a handful of people that actually watch Raw. I watch Raw, but I only watch the highlights.
Yeah, same. Like the problem with WWE, I find, like, this is going to make me out to be a right AEW shill.
Go for it, mate.
It is what it is. But you know how, like, at the end of every Dynamite or before the main event of every Dynamite, Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone will be like, here's what's coming up next week.
Yeah.
So that gets you hyped, correct?
Oh, yeah, correct. It's 100% that. I feel like WWE are planning everything on a whim. I feel like SmackDown and NXT at the minute are a bit of a different story because SmackDown and NXT do have some forward planning, but with Raw, it's just week to week. There's no storytelling or anything like that. And it's just, I feel bad for Nikki Cross because she cashed in and then she lost the week after she cashed in and won the title.
What?
Exactly. It's just unfair.
I'm just hearing about that secondhand because I've watched reviews on the show and stuff like that. But that wouldn't want to make me tune in.
Exactly. You don't want to be tuning in when you're going to watch a champion get pinned. The only time you should see a champion get pinned is if it's for the title or it's to advance the story.
Like, I'll give you an example. Did you watch Dynamite this week?
Yes, I did actually.
So you've seen the whole Hangman Page, Kenny Omega saga built. So say, for example, Hangman had pinned Kenny to win the elimination match to get his title shot. Like, that advances the story. That's
exactly
totally different.
It's like when Penta and Kingston beat the Young Bucks to get into that street fight at Road Rage.
Yeah.
It's like
I agree with you.
If it's going to advance a story,
AEW relies on pinning the champions before the match too much, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, it's just so repetitive at the minute. It's just I can't watch Raw no more. I have to watch it in a bubble, in a 30-minute highlight video, because otherwise I'm just gonna watch it and I just want to gouge my eyes out.
Do you know who Stephen Larson are from Guy in Ring? Yeah? Yeah. I watch their review every week. And they stopped. They used to do it right after the show, correct?
Yeah.
And you could tell how mentally drained they were.
Oh, yeah.
After reviewing the show. But 3 hours is too long for a show anyway.
3 hours is far too long. 3 hours is literally a typical Marvel film. That's how I've seen it. Is a 3 hours as a typical Marvel film, because but the difference is the Marvel stuff keeps you waiting for something. WWE doesn't.
And it's not every week.
Yeah. And exactly. It's not every week. I'm not sitting down. I would much prefer be watching Avengers Endgame every week than going to watch Raw, because but I don't want to do that because I don't want to burn myself out, because I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Yeah, same here. I couldn't do it every week, but it's the same principle, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right, so we got off on a bit of a tangent there, though.
Yeah, we have. Where would you like to see Bray Wyatt go?
I brought this up. I ended up going on a. Do you know who the Give Me a Whole Year boys are?
No, I don't.
I ended up basically. They're a wrestling podcast based in Hull. I've got an interview coming out with one of them soon, by the way. And I ended up on their call-in show last night.
Okay.
And I said, I would like. We've seen what Bray can do. I'm going to keep calling him Bray because I don't know his.
No, of course.
Obviously, that's not going to be his ring name. But we've seen what Bray Wyatt can do as a character. Yeah. So, unpopular opinion, maybe. I'd like to see him in the G1 or something to see what he can do as a wrestler.
I think he could do well as being like this athletic big man, because I feel like New Japan are kind of lacking something like that now. Yeah, they're lacking.
Grab some water while you're talking.
Yeah, go for it. They're lacking the next. I feel like they're lacking the next Vader. There's no one. I think maybe Jeff Cobb, but there's kind of a lack of athletic big men within New Japan. And I feel like they need to bring some of these monsters in. That's why I said when Braun Strowman was released, I could see him going into New Japan and going through this Vader run.
I'd quite like that, to be honest.
But I would also like to see. Just bear with me.
Is it froze? Or are you looking?
No, sorry. There we go. So I would also like to see Bray Wyatt do something more creative. I want to see him go do some horror films. I think he would be really good with that creative mind of doing that.
Yeah, I said this on the Give Me a Whole Year thing last night. As long as the guy that behind Bray Wyatt's happy, yeah. And that leads me to another debate, actually, a question that I've got for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you think there was rumours, obviously, Brody Lee passed away last year, didn't he? There was rumours going around that Bray Wyatt or whoever, the name behind Bray Wyatt, has not dealt with his passing very well.
No.
Totally understand that. It was his best friend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But someone said it online, and I apologise for not sourcing it, but do you reckon Bray may have asked for his release because of his creative frustrations?
I don't think he did. I feel like he's basically a WWE project. He never did the indies or anything like that. He never did something to do with the indies. He is a typical WWE product. He had a creative mind enough to stick with WWE through all the hardship that he had to go through with the Fiend character towards the end.
The Goldberg squash.
Yeah, the Goldberg squash, the coming back, winning the title for a week, winning the title at SummerSlam, and then losing.
No. It was at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm talking about last year.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
So he losing the title at SummerSlam, and then having
I completely forgot about that.
And then winning it at SummerSlam, and then losing it a week later to Roman. Don't get me wrong.
I love the tribal chief character. Do you?
I think this is the best run that Roman Reigns has been on.
But yeah, I can see Bray's frustrations of what am I doing?
Exactly.
I don't want to use the word buried because that's thrown around enough in wrestling. But he's just been lost in the shuffle quite a bit, hasn't he?
Oh, 100%. He has been lost so much in the shuffle, and he needs to. I feel like he needs to get himself back doing what he's good at, and that's being a creative mind.
On a sort of. Do you remember when Cody left WWE in 2016? Yeah. I'd love to see him go on something similar than that. Like, don't sign with any promotion. Just do limited appearances and show people what he can do.
Just go on an indie tour.
Yeah. For example, because although my heart says I'd love him to come in, take over the Dark Order in AEW.
Yeah.
As a tribute to Brody Lee almost. AEW is, can I swear?
Go for it. I can bleep it out anyway. So
AEW is effing stacked right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
And I feel like if he went to AEW, he'd be lost in the shuffle again.
Yeah, I feel like that's what happened with Miro when he first come in.
Although Miro's managed to dig himself out of that.
He's on such a run. I feel like this is the run of his career.
Dude, should we just title this Our Thoughts on Wrestling at the
moment? We might as well. We might as well just title it Bray Wyatt release, Our Thoughts on Wrestling. But
it's got so many tangents at the minute, isn't it?
But I actually asked SRS what he thinks he should do. So I'm going to get
the same with Louis Dangle, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to get the exact. Oh yeah. I've been on the wrestling. So he used to host Wrestling Daily with Alex McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on that show multiple times, like promoting us. Oh yeah. So I've been on there, like doing their call-in show that they do on a
Friday, isn't it?
No, on a Tuesday. So I've been on there multiple times.
Fair enough.
I've had people
being like, because he thinks that he should go to Impact because of how they handled the final deletion and stuff.
Yeah,
I'd quite like to see that.
I could see him go to either AEW, Impact, or New Japan. I don't think he should go to NWA because I feel like NWA at the minute has been creatively not very good creatively.
Not just that, with NWA, it's a totally different product. It's more pure wrestling than
character work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like this. I feel one thing is I'm upset that he's gone. I'm upset that he's been released, but I'm also cannot wait to see what he does for the future.
I'm the same as you.
Exactly.
I have a similar reaction to how I felt when Brody was released.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's got a tainted thing now because of.
And man, he turned himself around so quickly with the Exalted One gimmick and everything like that. This is the other thing as well. Everyone within the Wyatt family have now been released by WWE.
Wait.
So we've had. Brody Lee, Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt himself, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan. They've all been released.
Eric, I can't say his name. Eric Rowan. That is hard to say. He's gone. Like,
because
wrestling anymore.
He was there for the Brody Lee tribute show. But then that's all I've heard. I believe he has done some indie appearances, but that's all I've heard. I haven't really heard too much.
Out of all the releases so far, I don't know if you feel this way, Tyler. This is the one I'm most excited for.
I can agree with you, but I am very excited to see what Buddy Murphy's going to do.
Yes, I am, but I'm definitely more excited for Bray Wyatt.
So we're going to end that video here, guys. Again, like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Go subscribe to Tom Talks Rubbish. He is on the road to 500 subscribers. He's got a few interviews coming out that I've had the pleasure of editing.
Yeah, I was just going to say that actually, Tyler. Thank you for basically becoming my technical advisor. Is that the right word?
I would say that, like, your editor. Yeah, I've had the pleasure.
My thumbnail guy.
I've had the pleasure of editing his videos, making his thumbnails. I've enjoyed it. It's been the part, even though it's been like the past few days, I've enjoyed doing this because I do like editing stuff now. I didn't enjoy
I hate editing. So that's the whole reason I reached out to you. Was like, I can't pay you at the minute, but it'll give you some experience.
I don't need to be paid. It keeps me busy, mate. That's how I see it. It keeps me busy.
I feel like a demanding boss at the minute.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So much yesterday. It was like, is it done? Is it done?
This is the thing as well, because we live in completely different locations. It's not like I can walk down the road, grab the memory stick, then do it, then come and then walk back and give it to you. It's all over online. So
we had to set up on Google Transfer and all that.
Yeah. But anyway, guys.
Anyway, we went off on another tangent there.
Anyway, I'm going to end the recording there, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and we shall see you on the next one.